am waking up to seeing a tag. I mean, we've been tagged around the world, and I don't know why this has been, but Nigeria has been tagged world capital of skin bleaching. Well, the minister is actually saying now, is lamenting. Which minister is this one now? Oh, let's see. Okay, so. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Salako, on Wednesday decried the increase in use of skin lightening products among Nigerians and Africans. But I don't know where he got that document that says that Nigeria has been tagged. What did he say again? Nigeria tagged world capital of skin bleaching? Okay, all right. If it's coming from the Minister of State, well, you know it's credible. So to all of you, the skin bleaching or skin bleachers, look, be careful. We have been tagged. It doesn't mean that we cannot come out or come down from that tagging. All right, you cannot untag yourself. We can untag ourselves. Help the country to untag. All right. Anyways, let me say a very, very beautiful morning to you. Welcome to the Eagles Morning Rise. And there goes the bell. It is the 23rd day in the month of January 2025. And it is not a Monday. It is not a Tuesday. It is not a Wednesday. No, it's not a Wednesday. It's a Thursday. All right. But yeah, wake up and show up. I would say that anytime, any day. But this is the breakfast show. And being a breakfast show, this segment allows for us to look into the front page of Nigerian newspapers. We call it the pages. You call it the newspaper review, whatever you may want to call it. It's okay, as long as the very, very intention in this very segment is about, looking into the front page of Nigerian newspapers, and most importantly, getting to hear your 2 cents as to how you feel, what you react to, on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. 8 o'clock, of course, should be the time for sports on Eagles Wings, but I'm not very, very keen to the fact that the sports minister would be readily available at 8 o'clock. Apologies though, but yeah, circumstances beyond control there, is making that happen. But don't worry, some feel-good music will be coming to your eardrums via this platform. But then at 9 o'clock, I'll be right back here. We'll talk politics, we'll talk current affairs, and no feminine voice being heard. Okay, I'm riding solo this morning, so yes, stick with me. Together, we will indeed thrive. All right, at 10 o'clock, of course, we get into the bantering. So it's a general open banter. And at 11 o'clock, of course, there is a special prog show that'll be coming your way via this platform. You best want to keep your ears as well as your eyes glued, if you're watching, as I believe you are, across social media platforms, precisely YouTube at Eagles FM Abuja and Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. Greeting you in the way that I know how to. Karo, tutuama, inakwana, Gife, Olodudu, in my dialect, I would say, Messier. And Omefe, in absentia, would have said, Emma Muriel. It always goes with a bell and a little bit of shaking the body and all. But yes, in a language that you and I totally understand, finally, Una. Good morning. My name is Udwak Daniel. Now, I've got some information that I need to bring to you, and let's just jump into it just before we ride on the wings of the pages proper. All right, now, a wave of opposition as of Wednesday grew against the 50% telecommunications tariff hike approved by the Nigerian Communications Commission, that is the NCC, the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Trade Unions Congress, TUC, and the Coalition of Northern Group, CNG, described it as insensitive. Now, they said it came at a time workers and the masses were grappling with unprecedented economic hardship. All right, we mentioned that this past few days, though. But yeah, the tug of war is still ongoing there. NLC, TUC, the Coalition of Northern Group, CNG, they've all come out to condemning to speaking against the 50% telecommunications tariff hike approved by the Nigeria Communications Commission, which by extension would be the federal government. But the Department of State Services has filed a 5-count terrorism-related charges against the Kaduna-based activist and social critic Madi Shehu over his recent activities online and offline. Now, the charges were filed at the Federal High Court sitting in Kaduna last Friday, 2 days after he was rearrested by plainclothes security operatives at his clinic in Ungwa, Dosa. All right, now doctors in the Federal Capital Territory FCT shut down medical services on Wednesday over unpaid 7-month salaries to their colleagues employed in 2023. Now, patients were told most of the general hospitals in the territory on Wednesday morning that they could not be attended to because doctors we're on strike. I don't know how are we going to ever really set our priorities rightly. One of our guests one time had said, even when the answers to your problem are just right in front of you, most of the time as a country we turn a blind eye, we turn a deaf ears, as though we don't see, as though we don't hear, as though we are dumb and we don't know what we're doing. I don't get it. I mean, in other climes, you pay attention to education, you pay attention to health. These are the sectors that are, if not well paid. Pay attention to education, health, military. In fact, one of the highest paid will be labor. That's why some of them do their stuff by themselves. They turn gardeners, they turn car washers, they try to do it themselves. And if they had 4 children or 3 children, y'all need to put yourself to some work, because paying for labor outside is a lot. All right? But then we come here and we keep hearing all of these munu going on. And who is it? You and I? Yes, you and I. We are the patients. If it is happening to your brother, if your brother, your sister was denied, as of yesterday, to be seen by a doctor because of an ongoing strike or strife between the ARD and the federal government over unpaid 7-month salary now? You and I we're in this together. But I'm hoping, I'm thinking, I'm trusting that as I have mentioned this now, the relevant stakeholders and authorities would indeed open their eyes, stop to be dumb, and give ears to the pleas of this particular sector called the health sector. But let's get on to the fact that FCT, right, High Court sitting at Gudu, presided over by Justice Adebiyi Osolo, has sentenced the founder and bishop of a popular church in Abuja to 20 years imprisonment without an option of fine for rape. Now, the convict was dragged to court by the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, for allegedly raping a 12-year-old daughter of one of the church members. Okay. I'm not going to say what I want to say, so you don't say it came from me. But let's just leave it there. I just hope that justice is served on that person, on that man. Honestly, I hope, I pray, and I wish that there's not going to be any thwarting the law, in his favor. But let's go to this one here now. Elected deputies of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, National Working Committee, NWC, they have asked those seeking to remove the party's acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Damagum, from office to either leave with the fact that he will remain in office until December 2025 or leave the party. Now, Deputy National Youth Leader Comrade Timothy Osadalo said that a press conference said this at a press conference in Abuja on Wednesday. That was yesterday. Now, the Mpo community in the Aninri local government area of Enugu State erupted in jubilation on Wednesday over the return of one Mrs. Beatrice Ekweremadu. All right, she happens to be the wife of former Deputy Senate President Senator A.K. Ekweremadu from a United Kingdom prison. All right, it was gathered that Mrs. Ekweremadu, who was sentenced to 5 years in prison in May 2023 for her involvement in an organ trafficking plot, returned to Nigeria on Tuesday, May 2023. Man, If you think you're growing younger, come off that fallacy. You're growing older, okay? So it's been, wow, since 2023. Okay, that story. And it just feels like yesterday. But anyways, that is what's going on. They're jubilating right there somewhere in Mpu community in Aningri, local government area of Enugu State, because of a return to Nigeria. Now, 2 unidentified Nigerians have been arrested by the Kuwait General Departmental Investigation in Amadi Governorate on suspicion of involvement in an armed robbery. Now, it was gathered that the suspects were apprehended within 24 hours of carrying out a robbery at an exchange office in Mabola, a district in the southern part of Kuwait City. Alrighty. Now, the Kebbi State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of Mohammed Sani, also known as Kado, and one other suspect in connection with a tragic shooting incident that claimed the life of a 9-year-old boy and left a 7-year-old critically injured. Now, the incident occurred on January 14 of 2025 during a wedding celebration in Ongwa, Magaji, Koko, Bese local government area. Now, the air component of Operation Fansan Yama has neutralized scores of bandits and dismantled their logistics base in a series of airstrikes at Alawa Forest in Shiroro local government area of Niger. Now, this is contained in a statement on Wednesday by the Director of Public Relations and Information of the Nigeria Air Force, AVM Olushola Akingboyewa. Okay, that's something good. I like it. I like it. More of that. Send them packing, trembling, running, helter-skelter, but not into our homes. Now, I should get you into this one now. Kogi security operatives on Wednesday, they rescued 3 pastors and 13 other victims who had been kidnapped by hoodlums in the Ofu local government area of the state. Now, the 16 victims, including 3 pastors, abducted after a crusade in Ejule, Ofu local government area. Now, they regained their freedom following the intervention of a combined security personnel in the state. And I want to believe that this will be based on credible information. That's right. Well, anyways, this is good. Oh, the fact that I can see a reason to ring the bell is really heartwarming. But then let's go see now the front page of Nigerian newspapers today and see what is going on the front page. But just to put it out there that you've got 1 minute 30 seconds, as you send a voice note, or at most 1 minute 35 seconds as you send a voice note via the WhatsApp portal as you give your reaction right there. And please don't go beyond that, all right? But then if you're putting a voice call out, okay, 2 minutes max is what you have to give your reactions. Let me know which of the headlines jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, or begs for your reaction. Now, the studio number would be 0907-353-0044. The other number is 0908-766-8888, and the WhatsApp portal number 0909-705-4450. All right, these are the numbers to connect with me via. All right, now let's go see the front page. I see this one. Daily Trust newspaper is opening the review this morning. 1.4 trillion naira unsold goods recorded in 2024. 1.4 trillion naira unsold goods recorded in 2024. That should be coming from the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, man, and it's got one rider to it now. Nigeria heading towards hyperinflation. Experts are saying that, and you'd find that story on page 3. Add 1 to 3, you get 4, and you see the story. NSCIA to federal government implements policies that will alleviate poverty. All right, add 10 to 4, you get 14, and that's where you find the story. FCT doctors embark on strike over 7 months unpaid salaries. Okay, we see this one here now, and it says on page 32, military kills Turji second in command, other top commanders. Oh, that's something good. Something good. Big ups and kudos to the military for that one now. 15 die in Kwara auto crash. 15. Page 39 is carrying the story. And Wow, 15. Page 25 now. Damagum can't be removed until December. All right. Just at the base of the Daily Trust newspaper front page now. NLC protests Telkom's tariff hike threatens mass action. All right, NLC is protesting Telkom's tariff hike, threatening mass action there. You'd find that one on page 4, which, by the way, is looking very popular. You would agree with me. But let's get on to the Nation newspaper now. As I look into the Nation newspaper front page, I see this big story. Look back at me. NLC, TUC, CNG reject 50% telecom tariff hike. All right, NLC, TUC, CNG. Not the CNG, you know, not the CNG, please. This is a coalition of, that's it. So, NLC, TUC, CNG rejects 50% telecom tariff hike. It's got 4 riders to it now. The first one, Labour says it is all ill-timed, insensitive. Northern groups have come to saying, demanding immediate reversal. It's a good takeoff point, says operators. Now, FCCPC to monitor compliance by service providers. All right, that story continues on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. All right, for some reason now you find quite a number of Navy personnel on the front page of the Nation newspaper right there. Okay, and this story, this one says financial sector regulator rules out hyperinflation. All right, page 6. That story is continued. It begins on the front page of the Nation, by the way. And this one says why Damagum should continue in office till December by NWC members right there. And it's got one writer, proxy war killing main opposition party. All right, page 4. That story continues as you go look at it on the front page of the Nation newspaper. Just at the base of the Nation newspaper front page now. Emanu's wife returns from UK prison, page 25, and to page 26, adding 1 to 25, you get 26. Okwebolo recruits 500 teachers. All right, just above the Nation newspaper banner now, NUC is the kicker. Pharmacy, physiotherapy, optometry, now 6-year courses. All right, if you were thinking it was 5 years before, now it has been upped to 6 years. So when you're going into pharmacy from now henceforth, physiotherapy, optometry, you should know what you're getting into. 6 years unperturbed. Nobody disturbing you for 6 years. Just you and the book. All right. Page 7 is holding that story down. UK to sustain collaboration with Nigeria on democracy. Page 4 is holding that down. Federal government has spent 300 billion naira on FCT Council, says Wike. Page 28. Kidnap suspect arrested after receiving 1 million naira ransom. More arrests like that, please. More of it. Page 27 is holding that down. And let's get on to this one here now. And this one should be the Guardian newspaper. It's going to be a smart read, so please open your ears and listen attentively so that we can get the juice of it. Costly by-elections worry INEC as IPAC demands credible polls. All right, costly by-elections worry INEC as IPAC demands credible polls. Page 6 is holding that story down now. And let's get on to this one. Doctors pro unpaid salaries ground Abuja hospitals. Page 28 is holding that story down. To page 6 now. Another page 6, by the way. Economic crisis spikes malnourishment among 5.4 million kids. UNICEF is warning. And to page 8, Lagos warns against sharing child pornography, threatens 14-year jail term. All right, Lagos warns against sharing child pornography. All right, threatens 14-year jail term. All right, page 8 is holding that story down. Let's get you to page 15 now. 50% tariff hike insufficient, say telcos, amid pushback by subscribers. Oh, the telcos are saying 50% tariff hike? It's not even enough. It's not sufficient. All right? And y'all already screaming over a 50% tariff hike? Really? Okay. I don't know where this back and forth is going to lead us to, though. But, okay. we're still watching and we're monitoring it. But then quite a number of strong voices have come out to saying that, hey, it is too much. NCC, what were you thinking? Federal government, what were you thinking? Were you dozing off? Were you sleeping when y'all had that agreement with the telcos? For real? Some believe that it should have been a gradual, increment, not a one-off, 50%? Really? How much are we earning? Well, those questions are still questions that on the front line. Court sentences Abuja bishop to 20 years for rape. All right, page 8 is carrying that story. To page 28, Tinubu spent 300 billion naira on Abuja satellite towns in 12 months. 300 billion naira on Abuja satellite towns in 12 months. Okay. All right, you want to get the juice of it? Get onto that story. But then we hope that when we get into the story, we find markers that points towards a breakdown of to show accountability and transparency in the spending so that we know what exactly was spent on, because it is our rights, don't you think? But yeah, that's what that story says though. Page 28 is holding it down. UCH students protest 82 days of blackout, harsh environment. Page 5 is holding that story down. But let me take you to page 3 though. 22 deaths, 143 confirmed cases of Lassa fever recorded in 2 weeks. Ministry of Health, I don't know. This should be something you should come in all out. You can engage in an intimate wedding with the National Orientation Agency and then help us to make sense of these deaths. 22 deaths, 143 confirmed cases of Lassa fever recorded in 2 weeks. 43. Wow. Okay. Now, let me take you to page 3 again. It's really popular for some reason, I don't know. NWC insists on the worries over PDP's future. All right, that'll be all with the Guardian newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune newspaper now, the big story, NLC kicks against 50% telecom tariff hike. Page 4 is carrying that story. It's got 2 writers to it now. Says it's harsh burden on Nigerians. Second writer, tariff increase must result in significant service improvement. FCCPC is saying that. And to page 11 now, Sharia panel holds the inaugural sitting in Ekiti. All right, in Ekiti, not Abuja. All right, page 11 is holding that. And to page 30 now, United Nations that is, seeks $910 million for humanitarian crisis in North East. All right, French investors eye Ogun Agro Cargo Airport. Others, page 8. And to page 6 again, CBN approves the release of foreign exchange code to take off January 28. And this one says WEF, that is the kicker now, Nigeria, global leaders target $29 trillion African economy by 2050. 2050. What year is this again? 2025. By 2050. Long way out. Page 3. And to this one here now, page 4. Court denies EFCC's arrest warrant request for Otudeko on Nasanya. Others. Alrighty. To page 3 now. College of Medicine students protest 84-day blackout in UCH. College of Medicine students protest 84-day blackout in UCH. All right, this one says Ekweremadu's wife regains freedom from UK prison, returns to Nigeria. Page 30 is holding that story down. Not just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now. Tinubu commits over 30 billion naira to infrastructure development of FCT satellite towns. Wike is saying that one. Page 11 is carrying that story. And this one to page 15 now. Belaturgi's camp in disarray. Troops killed, second in command, 24 others. DHQ, Defense Headquarters, is putting that out. Now, it's got one rider to it now. Sokoto government alerts residents on fleeing bandits. Okay. All right. Page 15 now is holding that story down. And we should get you the Punch newspaper. Finally, the big story. Okay. Kano Niger Republic Rail Project. Okay, communities tackle federal government over compensations for 3,252 owners. Okay, page 2 is all the that story's got one writer to it now. Project continues despite Niger tension. 5,531 persons dissatisfied with compensation. Okay. Enugu community celebrates Ekwemadu's wife return from UK jail, page 16. And mass deportation, US targets churches, mosques, schools, hospitals, page 7 is holding that story down. But there are some states, though, that have frowned at that declaration by the president of the United States, talking about Donald Trump, saying that, look, hey, we will not follow this particular directive, and that is what it is. Let's see how far that goes to as well. Alafi, as Akika Owade, puts traditional rights on hold, returns to Canada. Page 14 is holding that one here. And Group ask IG to probe controversial video on Mobad's death. All right, page 5. We're still talking Mobad up until now. Just to the side of the Punch newspaper banner, tariff hike. That's the kicker. NLC asks subscribers to prepare for Telkom's boycott. All right, page 19 is holding that down. To page 2, oil exploration. Mosop faults Tinubu's meeting. Monarchs begin consultation. And still above the Punch newspaper banner now, the heights, the peak, the apogee, the zenith of it, the top of it. APC, LP back INEC on by-elections, dismiss Falanas proposal. All right, page 12 is carrying the story. And the last one I'm bringing to you with the Punch newspaper. Troops close in on bandit leader Turji, kill commanders, 24 militants. All right, that's something good. All righty. Okay, so that's where we call it a close for this one now. And let's see how we can get back now to getting to hear from you. Let's just open the phone lines already again. I mean, it was open before, but let's stream it open again. And if you're watching, as I believe you are, watching our shores of Nigeria, you're doing a good job. Thank you, far too kind. You can as well take it a step further, take it a notch higher, and just leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know your thoughts, and how you react to either of these headlines. And also, let us into where it is that you are commenting from. All right, it's very, very important. But I'll just head out for a short bit, catch my breath, come back in a short bit. Don't worry, we're not going anywhere. It's still the pages.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Your number one radio experience you can count on. Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
I suppose it was inevitable.
Eagles 102.3.
All right, yes. Taking the call now. Let's get into it. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Is this GB?
Yeah, my name is GB.
Yes, where are you calling from, GB?
From Last Camp.
Awesome, GB. Talk to us.
Good morning to
Good morning.
listeners.
Yeah.
It gladdened my heart. The firepower of the military on Bello Twiji. His days are numbered. Since they were able to arrest that is gun runner, that lady that was doing logistic information and supply for him, I know they will have got him more intelligent and accurate intelligence about his movement and the rest. They have killed one of his sons during the raid in one of his camps. They have killed the second in command. And they have devastated him. His weaponry and armory have been burned down. Even where he stored food have been burned down. So his days are numbered. And I'll be glad to celebrate the elimination of Bello Twiji before the end of this month. And I want to appreciate the army and the military for what they have done so far in dealing with these bandits and terrorists. And I want to say they should do more. We are praying for them. We believe in them. We have confidence in their ability that they will win the war for us. Then also, the issue of Maradi, Niger, something, it's a good thing for them to do that rail and finish it in time. To put the economy in the north. Many manufacturing industry company in the north, they are taking their goods out to neighboring countries. Be very tedious, very, very, very cumbersome, because they always go by trucks But if you have a rail system running from Jigawa, Kano, Sokoto, and the rest to Maradi, you see that they'll be able to export more to Mali, to Burkina Faso, to Niger, to even to Libya, and up north there. It will help our economy and boost the productivity in the north also. Right. Okay. And also, Niger does not have any land, any sea border. If you can connect Lagos to that rail, you can see that they can clear their goods right in our port and take it to Niger direct and create a dry port there where they can easily take out their container. And that will boost our economy also, because they have been doing through Ghana, through Ivory Coast and Benin Republic. And Nigeria is close to them. I believe coming that project will create more job opportunity and increase our economy and GDP. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, GB, right there. All right, taking this call now. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother. This is
good morning.
King Kennedy.
Oh, King Kennedy. It's so refreshing to hear from you. Talk to us, King K.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy, the leadership of this government is doing very well. I must applaud them in some aspects. But I want to bring a lasting solution. If not lasting, one of the solutions that will work on this issue of strike, talking about doctors going on strike. Remember, last year, there was almost a ban on doctors going outside the shores of this country, to look for greener pastures. If you want them to stay, please do them well. They will be happy and then the work will be good. Now, what is the solution I want to bring on board? If there will be a law that anybody that is voted in the office, in any office in Nigeria, such a person, both senators, House of Reps, and including ministers, if there will be a ban for them not to go for medical trip abroad, and then they should not patronize, private clinic, private hospitals. I tell you, this will stop, because they will have no option than to look into that sector and make it a befitting one. And if this is done, I want to assure you that some foreigners will be coming to Nigeria to patronize us. Thank you. That's just my take.
Thank you, King K. That's your take. Some valued, very, very valued. But let's go see this one here. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning, Daniel.
Good morning to you. Messier. The Apostle also live.
Yes, Apostle also live on the line.
Yes.
So the wife of Kuremada coming back after her prison sentence, it's an eye opener to where those that we Nigerians, those that are in the corridor of power, and our judiciary should help this country to fix head. And do you know that had it been that Kuremada and his wife, had it been they committed this offense in this country, do you know that they won't go to prison? But if it's in Nigeria, they will do it man no man. You will hear that the state pardon and federal pardon. And that's the thing that make corrupting the system of Nigeria. Had it been anybody that committed any offense, he suffer for it. You will see that Nigeria will be a place to be living. Things where all these people, all these bandits and those kidnappers that are, when they go, the police or the security agency apprehend them, you will hear that tomorrow that one state governor have go and pardon him, release him, and that thing we cannot do with this. So our judiciary should help this country and fix us. This is the country. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.
My name is Nana Apostle Osalive, aka Wokenenwe now, but God bless you.
All right, Apostle also live right there. With the AKA Wokenenwe. Thank you, far too kind. If it was in Nigeria, was in the UK that this had happened and taken UK for Nigeria now, said they would have just gone scot-free, nothing would have happened. Then probably the kind of politics that we are running is paddy type of real politics. That's what we are running here. But anyways, appealing to the judiciary, appealing to well-meaning Nigerians and those in authority to help us. Apostle also live right there. But let's go see this one. Hello and good morning.
Good morning, UD.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yeah, it is Moses.
Moses, all the way
from
Suleja. Moses. Oh, lovely Moses. Thank you for asking.
I think I want to commend you for your professional act yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Regarding to the word from Jinky to the family loved one on the station.
Right.
Calling the contributors that word contributes nonsense. I think I want to appreciate it, but I wish that you would have, before you called this morning, you could have apologized. And secondly,
right.
assignment we are giving him. And I don't know if they can assignment to go and make your research on Google to tell us the name of the terrorists and how were they persecuted. So if you cannot find out, let him find out and tell us, because that was what we have been demanding for so long. Right. It was not a crime. It's not a crime, and you should also make sure that everybody is free to contribute. You are the one to caution us on this station, because you are the pilot of this very. God bless you.
Thank you.
Now, regarding to the NLC preparing for strike, I think over the 50% telecom on High Court. I think, well, I wish the NLC will succeed, because I don't know the kind of NLC we have now. This is what they say during the oil increase, and nothing was done. So if organization can just hold their hand and just continue to increase whatever they want to increase and have NLC on the ground, they should ask. Because that is their work. We are praying for them. Then the military killed the second in command. It's a good thing. This is what we have been praying for. The integrity in this nation, that do not allow the investors to come from outside to come and invest in this country. It's one of the challenges that affect the economy of this nation. So we are praying for the military that they should do more. Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you so much, Moses. Appreciate it.
God bless you.
Bless you more, Moses. All right, Moses right there giving us 2 cents. And, of course, saying if you have any information as to the people and the faces of terrorism or terrorists that have been prosecuted, please, you should get on and put it out there. Maybe we could, that's what the family's about. You got that information. Don't hold it back. Let us know. We want to know it, right? It's a right. Everybody has a right to know, yeah? If we say that we are stakeholders in the Nigeria dream, right? Which quite a number of persons are saying that we should wake up from that slumber already, because we're not dreaming no more. There are quite a number of countries, even in Africa, that have woken up from their slumber and they are living the reality and doing great things. Maybe it's time we woke and we stay woke, right? But anyways, I'm seeing quite a number of messages via the Facebook, but I should go quickly just take your call, and we will indeed get on to the Facebook page wall. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning,
yes, Abdul. Good morning.
Abdul calling from Suleja, Niger State.
Awesome, Abdul. Talk to us, Abdul.
UD, I want to contribute on the issue of doctor strike.
Yes, please.
You see, doctor going on strike is very dangerous too. I think the federal government should do something about this doctor going to strike. It's very, very dangerous, because when you go to hospital now, you see somebody, maybe emergency, nobody to attend to the person. Before you know, the person will die. Life is very important. Life has no spare. So please, the federal government should do something about doctor going to strike. Aikele Koremadu wife back to Nigeria. So it's a good one, and it's a lesson to all these our big men. You see, just like what one of the callers say, assuming this atrocity was committed in Nigeria, we will not hear anything. They will sweep feet under the carpet. But you see now, he served her prison jail and is back to Nigeria. So other people should learn from it.
Okay.
UD,
yes,
pertaining to the fuel issue,
yeah.
I normally say it on this our platform that if fuel is cheap, things in the market will be cheap.
Right.
Look at, they've increased the fuel price again. You see, I don't know where we are going. Even the Warri refinery they are talking about, we are not hearing anything about it again. So please, I'm begging this government, they should try to do something about this fuel issue, so that the fuel will cheap, as I'm saying, because people are suffering. OUD, I can't tell you lies.
I know that.
People are suffering.
I know that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God help Nigeria.
God help Nigeria.
God help Eagle FM.
That's right.
That's all of us. What of Amefe?
Oh, she's fine. She's good. Probably smiling now.
So thank you very much. My greetings to her.
All right, boss. Appreciate it. Yeah. Well, Abdul right there giving us 2 cents. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning to you, Elder.
My regard to your family. My regard to your family.
And to yours too, Elder. Where are you calling from?
And then my junior sister, Ochanya.
Yes.
Right. My regard to them.
Yeah. Where are you calling from?
We would never hear from a damn flat. National Assembly.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Don't say where we hear from that guy.
Okay.
I call him Makamambomo. my regards to them, my brother.
Yes, please.
My brother, I'm
where are you
happy.
calling from? Where are you calling from, Elder?
Cuba,
Okay,
Cuba in Abuja
okay,
here.
go ahead, Elder.
Sorry, please. You see, if you put the right person to the right post, he is going to achieve the purpose of that post. During Buhari, you appoint chief of army staff, chief of defense staff, chief of this and this. Make the nam, they can't perform. Look the way General Musa is performing now, for God's sake. I always tell Nigeria, we in Nigeria, we are the best ground fighter in the world. Chinese, when they say they service ground fighter, they can't stand Nigeria. Ground fighter, we are the best people in the world. Look how the special force, when Musa Clay now, take quarter in Abuja here, look how they are dealing with the Lukuji in Jamfara now. Young guys, use the training and they monitor them, supervise them directly. Look how they are dealing with them now. That I'm congratulate them, and they are say God will reward them, and they are saying that no any of them lost their life there, they will come back in peace. To deal with these people. If to say Musa is in peace, all these bandits will not finish. No killing in Joseph, no killing in South Africa again, no killing in Vendor have reduced, killing in Niger have reduced. Look how they are dealing with these people in Japan now. I pray that God will help them. I'm telling you that we are the best in the world in grand fighter, Nigeria Army. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you. God bless Nigeria, though. Elder Onaja, all the way from Cuba. Well, let's see how we can get on with the discourse and take messages. But just before we do so, if you've not gone on to the YouTube channel now, subscribing, well, you should do that right now under the sound of my voice. All right, it is at Eagles FM Abuja. Get on there, subscribe, and leave your comment underneath the video post, because we are hosting a national, international, even global television right there across social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube precisely. And on Facebook too, the Facebook page wall, you would find this live going on Facebook at Eagles FM Abuja. Do well to get there too and give your 2 cents to the discourse this morning. All right, well, I see a couple of messages under the live on Facebook, and we should bring you up to speed and in on it. I see this one here says, good morning, Mr. Daniel. Good morning to you too, my brother. It says, we always enjoy your programs. Oh, this is Sanusi, all the way from Suleja. Sanusi, appreciate that. And it does give us so much joy to know that we give you such delivery or service delivery. But I see this one here is coming from Ozo Francis Namani, is watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Says government should kindly address the current fuel price hike, electricity tariff hike, telecoms hike, and other economic challenges facing the country to ameliorate the plight of Nigerians. Which way Nigeria? May God help us, he says. Putting both of his hands together right there, maybe in a form of supplication or prayer. Well, that's what it is. Also, Francis, thank you all the way from Enugu State. And to you, comfort, Ona Okwenge. Good morning, Eagles FM Abuja family, she says. Also, putting her hands together right there in guess gratitude or prayer, right? One of the two. But yes. Let's get on to the WhatsApp now. Appreciate you, Comfort. Appreciate you anytime, any day. And thank you for engaging with us across these platforms. All right, now I see the message right here on WhatsApp. Let's go take it. It says, Samuel, all the way from Kuje. And it says, good morning to you, my brother, Udwak Daniel. Good morning to you. The service providers in this country are taking us granted. They don't provide good services, yet they are making unnecessary increments for the services they are not properly providing. Habba. Who does that? He asked. Can they do this in other countries? May God make it easy for us in this country. In Jesus' name, he says, Amen. Have a great and wonderful day. Samuel from Kuje is saying. Samuel, you too, be sure to have a great day. And yes, some great concern you've raised right there. And this one here, good morning, Obong UD. Good morning to you too, my brother. This is coming from Yusuf. Oh, Yusuf, you've joined the league, Obong. Well, appreciate that one though. It says communities tackle federal government over compensations over Kano, Niger Republic. As far as I'm concerned, we are not handling this project seriously. If properly managed, Nigeria would have been handling Niger Republic rail to and fro from our seaports. Currently, Niger imports goods through Cotonou ports because of well-developed infrastructure linking Niger to the Benin Republic ports. To the Benin ports, I beg your pardon. Niger also exports its crude oil through the Cotonou port via pipeline connecting its oil fields. In 2022, Niger's annual international trade through Benin was put at USD 5 billion, right? That'll be $5 billion US dollars, right? Which Nigeria would have captured from Benin Republic if we have good rail infrastructure connecting our ports to the country. If Nigeria had good infrastructure, we would have been generating revenue from multi-billion dollars imports and exports of all landlocked countries in the sub-region. But rather, we prefer to play misguided geopolitics. Have a nice day, he says. Yusuf, you too. Have a nice day. And this one here says, I believe it's coming from Abbas. Yes, reporting from Dutse. Good morning, Sir UD. Good morning to you too, my brother. On Telco's tariff hike, lots of organizations in Nigeria are never proactive enough. Since inception, these telcos have been making billions. Why have they not been able to result in using alternative services providers like the use of broadband satellite retransmission or of their network rather than continue to be using mask transmission that's so expensive to run? All right, the use of mask for transmission or mast, you're trying to say, for transmission of service is too expensive and provides poor services to the people. Let these telcos look inward and stop using masts to transmit signal. Satellite broadband on optic fiber transmission is what is being used in developed communities or societies. So why is Nigeria's own very different? All right, it goes on to saying in Nigeria, every organization is too concerned about hiking tariffs while providing little or low quality services. Telco companies have to look inwardly and change their process of transmission to reduce cost and provide good quality service to Nigerians. All right, Abbas, very, very strong point you made right there. He says thanks. He's reporting from Duse right there. Okay, we see this now. Ogunamana Austin from Ado in Nasarawa State. Thank you, by the way, all the way from Nasarawa State. You're connecting with us. Why are we like this in Nigeria? He's asking. Why do we celebrate evil? He's asking again. Why do we celebrate abnormality? Yet another question. Why abnormality? Why is abnormality becoming a norm in Nigeria? Okay, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. People are rejoicing because Ekweremadu's wife returned to Nigeria after serving a jail term in London for an attempt to harvest an organ. A heinous crime for that matter. Her release now calls for celebration? Celebrating what? Celebrating evil? Now, wow, Nigeria. All right, Ogunamano right there. I'm sure you're expressing shock, at that. Well, I'll leave it there. But those questions are indeed questions that should be asked and questions that should be pondered on. But if you also think about it, you never know. These may be people who have also benefited one way or the other from this woman's maybe generosity or assistance or aid and all of that. I mean, if a family member is back, regardless of whether the person is good or totally bad or terrible, you might want to celebrate, don't you think? They say blood is thicker than water. But that's not me giving a defense, though, but I'm just saying. But let's go see Comrade Ulobasi's message all the way from Buhari in Abuja. Good morning, my brother, Obong Udwak Daniel. Good morning to you too, Comrade Ulobasi. It's well with you this day, he says. To both of us, Comrade, because with all of the stories making the headlines, we can only as well with us, right? I get that. Well, he goes on to saying, when we compare South African inflation rate at 3% with Nigeria, which is almost 35%, what do we have to say about the leaderships of the two biggest economies in Africa? Remember, one of them has been flying everywhere, meeting with friends in the name of looking for investors, while the other has been staying put in his country to work things out. Let's compare the results and comment. May God Almighty save Africa from their leaders. Amen, he says. Okay. Seeing more messages. This one is coming from Mommy Maryam all the way from Kubwa. Mommy Mariam, thank you. Says, good morning, sir. Well done. Well, thank you. Well done work. Please, I am begging the government to help us about this doctor strike. Mommy Mariam, there's no better way to put it. I mean, it's an appeal, a strong appeal, and you should know where that is coming from. Short, straight to the point, but then very, very powerful. So God bless you. God bless you too, Mommy Mariam. And yes, federal government, I said it before and I'm saying it again. It's time to stop playing dumb, stop playing blind, open your eyes, open your ears, and tackle the priorities right in front of us. All right, because these are very key sectors, and they are not sectors that you should abandon or act as though it's not important, or act as though we have some leverage somewhere, or act as though the lives of Nigerians don't matter. Because I want to believe, you believe, and know that our lives matter. All right. That's why you're in government's place. All right. So do the needful. And Mommy Mariam is also saying the same all the way from Cuba. But we see this one here now. And it should be coming from Praise James Akpabio. It says he's listening from Garki too. Thank you, by the way, Praise James. Good morning, Udwak Daniel. Good morning to you too, my brother. Mr. Yudi, I want to bring something to the attention of the FCT minister or the Minister of Education for State. Yudi, if you come to Garkitu by Lagos Street or along the road, you will find schools. But what really troubles me is that on the road and environment, you find people selling all kinds of unhealthy mixtures, drugs, and street ladies openly drinking and smoking. Now the repercussion is that these vices are the first things the student sees on their way to schools, and even when some of them come out for break, all they see is negativity. You can imagine the influence on our children. Please, either these schools are relocated or these elements are removed from the school environment. It's so scary, he says. Well, thank you for that point of order and information. Honestly, it's beginning to give me a face into the fact that, look, as family members, we probably are sharing same mind and same heart, because that seemingly is looking exactly as though what we are going to be talking about at the 10 o'clock hour. All right, seeing this one here, sees me too, Chinonso from Suleja. Yudi, please, did I hear you say you hope you see how the 30 billion naira, is it 30 billion now? Okay, by Tinubu on Abuja satellite town was spent? Oh yeah, why shouldn't I? Shouldn't I hope? I'm sure you hope that too. It says, no, we as Nigerians don't have any right to ask. See our request for any breakdown, according to a caller. Okay, let's not play this no more, Chinonso. But you're going on to say all we need to do is fold our hands and listen to audio promises or executions from our leaders without saying anything. All right, Chinonso, I get your point. Chinonso, all the way from Suleja, though. Appreciate that one from you. I mean, that case has been addressed now, Chinonso. Let's not go like that no more. Okay, it's been addressed and let's leave it there. Okay, so okay, let's see how we can take some voice notes right now via the WhatsApp portal. I just hope that I've not missed any message, as it were, right here and right now. Okay, we'll just go on straight to seeing this message, a voice note from Triple D, a family member.
Mr. Yudi, good morning. I celebrate you.
Greetings
to all callers and listeners from Nigeria Info family. Mr. Salasi Bibi Blessing, Elda Onoja. Sir, my name is Triple D, the man with the golden voice.
Right.
On the issue of bandits, I congratulate and I thank God for those army and Nigerian security agencies. Please, they should sustain it. But the bandits should not be given any room for repentance or integration. Please and please. Because those bandits will forgive and integrate into the system. They will come after them tomorrow. NLC protest. NLC should know that something triggers something. How much is the cost of petrol now that people are using to power their system? Right from the one subsidy has gone is where we're supposed to nip it from the boot. NLC, go back and protest for the genesis of where we started. Well, 3 billion spent on Abuja satellite. The man with the golden voice, a day of accountability is coming. What are we going to do with all this money? Ike Ikweremadu is returned back to Nigeria. What a lesson can we learn, especially our leaders? Nigeria will get it right by the grace of God. Please, no bandits should be handled the way they deal with us crying for our loved ones. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Eagles FM.
think that says it all, right? Good morning to each and every one of us once again. 9 o'clock, I'll be right here. 10 o'clock, I'll be right here. 11 o'clock, I'll be right here. So please keep your fingers crossed because the breakfast show is not stopping. Not now, not ever. Good morning.